Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go through how to edit this clip in Davinci Resolve. So we're going to go through the color grading techniques that I use to go ahead and edit. So usually I try and create different nodes. The first one usually is my primaries. The second node is my temperature and contrast. Third one is my log, and this one is my look. And I usually keep one node at the beginning and one at the end if I needed to any global adjustments. So that being said, I'm just going to bring my scopes and take a look at what's going on. So I see that the light is so bright and everything is clipping. So I'm just going to go ahead and try and adjust that. So I'm going to go back to my primaries and get that down. And with where my lift is, I'm just going to slightly bring it up. There we go. And now that we're going into the temperatures, I'm going to go ahead and adjust that, give it a little bit of warmer tones. And because it's green, I'm going to give it a little bit of tint. And contrast just slightly. And saturation, there we go. And now that we're looking at the log wheels, we're just going to go ahead and I like to give it a little bit of shadow, so I'm going to give it a little bit of yellow shadows. And I'm just going to go ahead and try and get some of this detail back up. I like to give it a little bit of matte look. So, and I'm keeping an eye on my scopes because I don't want anything to start clipping, so I can just bring it down where I want it. Okay, and now this is where the magic happens. So this is where the look is, and I'm seeing the blue is already kind of pretty dominating, so I'm going to lift that up slightly to try and give it something like that. And then with tint, I'm just gonna adjust when it comes to the gamma. I'm gonna give it a little bit more warmer tones, and with the gain, I just want that, I want this to look like it's a little bit more white, so I'm just gonna give it some blue. And when it comes to the offsets, I will just go a little bit more to the yellow side of things. And now to see the global adjustments, let's just see before and after. Already brought a lot of detail back in here and this. So I just want to do something real quick. Just gonna go and take a look over here and see that I can bring a little bit of shadow, so I'm just gonna go back in here and go to my lift and go a little bit down, just enough to make everything kind of start to touch where I see my reds and blues. And I want to do an adjustment to try and get the whites to kind of, but I kind of like how this one looks, so I might actually give it a little bit extra shadow. So I'm just gonna go ahead and adjust that in here. And I'm actually crushing the blue so much. And I'm doing the same thing with the lift. I just want to see where I can try and control. There we go. So it's just a little bit of detail in here that I'm trying to get. And the last thing I'm going to do is here, where I can just go into my curves and see if I can do any global adjustments. Here we go. So this would be, so let's take a look at before and after. So this is before and this is after. Kind of giving it a little bit of a vibe that I'm going for. And you can just do it from here too. So this before and after. But it's really up to your preference how you want it to look. You can actually just crush the blacks right in here, and you can have that look. And if you see that the change is not much, I just tried to bring back some of this and brought the clipping and just give it a little bit more of a blue and red shadows. And same thing with the highlights. I just brought back a little bit more red and blues. But that's how normally I would adjust an image on Davinci. I also have a course made on Skillshare. If you're interested, I have the link in the description below. It will show you how to do a color grade from start to finish. And it's very, very tuned for any newcomers that wanted to try and attempt doing some color grading. So there's no previous experience necessary. And if you want to see the clip that I got that from, here's the video of the review that I had for the Aperture MC. And just remember, take it one day at a time, and I'll see you in the next video.